Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Cover 2 podcast. As always, I'm your host, Lawson Turner, and this came out yesterday that Klay Thompson is signing with the Dallas Mavericks. Now, he's part of the sign-in trade that ended up going through that sends Klay to the Mavs on a 3-year, $50 million deal, sends Josh Green to the Hornets, and 2 second-round picks back to Golden State. And I didn't want to do an instant like a whoa, but I wanted to, sit, let it marinate overnight, and discuss the Mavs in their entirety. Now they lost Derrick Jones Jr. and I was like, wow, that was a really big piece of their their defending, and in the postseason he's the kind of player you need in the postseason, long forward who can who's crazy athletic and can shoot the three ball good enough. Now, is Klay there to replace the athleticism? No. But he's there to help with their shooting, and when you add a player of Klay Thompson's caliber, even coming off of a down year in which he did come off the bench, he wasn't starting every game, and he started the season out last year bad. And yeah, his the last game Klay shot 0 for 10 and 0 for 6 from 3, and that was his last game in Golden State. I think this is a perfect fit. You couldn't ask for a better, player with the skill set that Klay Thompson possesses. Like, if you just look at last year, still was 18 points a game, 43% from the floor. Now that's not, crazy efficient, but Klay is a jump shooter. He shot 39% from 3 and a career high 93% from the free throw line just last season. And I think he's, it's a little bit of I want to stick it to, the team that essentially just, it seemed like Golden State was ready to move on, and Klay is ready to go to a team that's ready to contend right now in the West. And then when you look at their other additions, like, they ship away Tim Hardaway, and they pair 3 seconds with him to move the contract, and they ship him to Detroit to get Quentin Grimes. I thought that was another fantastic move, because you're adding shooting that you didn't have last season. Your core is there: Luka, Kyrie, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. Now you add Klay into the mix. You know what I'm saying? Then they sign Najee Marshall, who, when you look at his numbers, around 7 points per game last season. But what do we know? Long wing. He's a 6'7" small forward who they're paying him just under $10 million a year, and he's a 39% 3-point shooter, or at least that's what he shot last season. Now I'm excited to see what these Mavs, because I picked the Mavs to win the finals, and I was dead wrong. And there's, you can make your predictions and stuff like that, and it's a 50-50. Either you're going to be right or you're going to be wrong, and I was wrong. Now, I think that this puts the Mavs right up there with, I think the Nuggets regressed losing KCP. I think Minnesota's still going to be a fantastic team. The Thunder fixed their size and got even a little bit bigger by signing Isaiah Hartenstein, in which he's a fantastic rebounder. So I think it's, if you want to say OKC's the best team because they were the number 1 seed last year, and they're just going to get better because they're a crazy young team, fine. But I got the Mavs right there, being first or second, because I don't think Denver's going to be as good. I'm waiting to see what Rob Pelinka does, if he does anything for the Lakers. Do I think they're going to be one of the best teams in the West? No, because they're an older roster with a rookie head coach who's still, even if when LeBron resigns with the Lakers, because technically he's a free agent right now. When he resigns with the Lakers, it's still just another LeBron AD team, and if they can get into the ticket, I say into the ticket, if they get a ticket to the dance being the postseason, I can't write them out. You just can't. You have 2 all-time great players, regardless of what you think of AD, regardless of what you think of his injury history. It's not a good one, but he was fantastic last year, and was playing. He didn't play every game, but hardly anyone does now. He played the majority of the games in which we've seen AD in previous years miss chunks of the year. And I thought he was fantastic last year. I thought he was fantastic down the stretch in the postseason. Even though they got bounced in five, I thought he was fantastic in 3 of the 5 games and very good in the other two. It's just that they ran up against um, a bad matchup for them in the Nuggets. Now with the Nuggets regression and Dallas, adding Klay and Najee Marshall and Quinn Grimes and shipping out Tim Hardaway Jr. bad contract, and it's a whole year now with this roster. Yeah, there's still gonna be new faces, but the Mavs were they were an okay team, and then come post trade deadline when they get Gafford and make a bunch of moves and really say, okay, this is who we have. Excuse me, we really saw them take off post trade deadline. And I think going from game 1 to 82, assuming this is your roster, and you don't make any other significant moves, maybe they'll pick up another wing defender on the buyout market. Maybe they'll try and add another shooter that we'll see early in the season, and then might not even be in their game 82 roster. But I love this move. I love what the Mavs have done. They they showed me enough last season that okay, they can compete with the big contending teams in the Western Conference like Minnesota, like OKC. You don't really have to worry about the Clippers anymore due to them losing Paul George. The Lakers are still going to be in contention. Um, I don't know if I don't know if I just said that the Nuggets aren't going to be as good, but they're regressed. They regressed just a little bit because KCP is a fantastic 3-and-D player, and he goes to Orlando, which is a fantastic move for the Magic. Another young up and coming team, just in the flip flopped Eastern Conference. You know, Overall, I want to this is I can't tip my cap enough for how good of a pickup this is. Because we know that even if you just go like your first three, Kyrie, Luka, Klay, and whoever else they roll out there when they go, because obviously when you have size like Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, you don't often have to go, you don't have to go 5 out. You really don't. You can, you can run one of, if not a really, really strong lineup, good rebounding, the ability to switch on defense. You're going to be spoon fed wide open threes. Derek Lively is a fantastic passer as a sender. Luka is one of the best passers in the entire NBA, and Kyrie, I'm we it's not a focal point of his game, but Kyrie's a nice distributor too. He's not in your upper echelon, but he's a good facilitator when he wants to be. We can see. I think that Klay's gonna easily average double-digit threes attempted per game. Like it would not shock me if come the end of the year, Klay was still shooting 42% from three, and he's shooting 10, 11 of them a game. It's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Mavs, and when it gets closer to NBA season, when I make my predictions and things of that nature, don't be shocked when the Mavs are like right there, because everything that they have been doing, Luka's in the phase of, oh, I want to go play with him because it's going to be easier and he's going to spoon feed me threes. It's the early LeBron stage of Luka's career. And the reason why I brought up LeBron, there's really no one else other than Luka that plays similar to a LeBron James style of offense. I'm going to have the ball the majority of the possessions. I'm going to control all of the action. I'm going to get favorable matchups, and I'm going to put my teammates in the best position to score. And what do we know about Klay? He doesn't need the ball. He does not need the ball not even a quarter of the game. Klay is a fantastic off-ball scorer and shooter. This is just if I'm a Mavs fan, I'm doing backflips, you know. And it sucks because I wanted to see Klay with the Lakers. I'm a LeBron fan, so By definition, I'm a Laker fan. I wanted Klay to go to Lakers, but if Klay's end all be all is winning another championship or being in the best position to do that, I think that it was a no brainer going to the Mavs because the Mavs are closer to title contention than the Lakers as it as both teams are currently constructed. There's no doubt in my mind that when you see power rankings or even if you just want to go and look at the betting odds, Dallas is right there. Dallas is right there, and I expect them to be a top three seed in the Western Conference next season. Well, that's all I have for you guys in this episode of the Cover 2 podcast. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at the Cover 2 Pod 26. Link is also in the description to make it a little bit easier to find. As always, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Do you guys think are you guys as high on Klay going to the Mavs as I am? I think it's a one-to-one seamless fit. It's going to be awesome and outstanding. Let me know your guys' concerns, if there are any, with, you know, Klay going to the Mavs. And what have you guys thought of free agency so far through 2 days? As always, for the Cover 2 podcast, thank you so much for watching. I'm Lawson Turner, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.